Good afternoon, loves. I know it's been a while since you've heard from me. But again, this is Jasmine Clark Daniels, Jazzy D, Lady D, Miss Daniels, all that good stuff. Um, I know I have been promising you guys this video for the longest, but something about YouTube and my system and my house, it just hasn't been working in my favor. I don't know what's going on, but it allowed me to record the video. It just won't allow me to upload it. So I've been recording these 15-minute videos only for it not to upload. So imagine my frustration. Please do. However, I'm waiting. I'm extremely self-conscious right now because my hair is not done. But as I am waiting to get my hair done, the opportunity presented itself for me to do a video. And because I love you all so much, I decided to do one with my hair the way it is. I don't know why. I don't have any of my notes. I don't have my Bible. I don't have anything. So I'm really just kind of going off remembrance right now. The last video that I posted, I said that the next video will be entitled How to Make Your Woman Climb a Wall. I just like that title. I'm sorry. So with that being said, see, my mind just went blank again. I'm so tired. Do y'all see it on my face? I'm tired. Like, anyway. How to Make Your Woman Climb a Wall. That's what it was. And a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, I took some time off from work. It was like 2-3 days. And sometimes your work environment, your job, the place you go to every day can have an effect on you. It can physically drain you if you let it. And that's the point I was at. So I ended up taking a couple of days off to come back and refresh myself. So with doing that, one of those days that I took off and I stayed at home, and I dedicated that day to nothing but myself and the man above. I had to get myself right. So with getting myself right, I spend days, I'm real mindful of who I let into my mind, until I let feed my spirit. And you all should be too. Please don't let everything that comes, to you may not be good for you. So, when I need to hear a word from God, or when I need some encouragement, things of that nature, it's two pastors that I get on YouTube and I look up, and that's Pastor Jamal Bryant and Pastor T.D. Jakes. Those two always have a word from my spirit, just to lift me up and to remind me of just exactly how blessed I am and how good things are for me, rather than where I could be and where I have been. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you just need that reminder, and that's what I needed on that day. And during that day, I came across, I don't know if it was like a live stream or if it was an actual YouTube video, but I know that I came across the video from one of those pastors that was entitled How to Make Your Woman Climb a Wall. And it will kind of go hand in hand with some of the marriage notes that I've, given to you guys, things of that nature. So it won't be like you're missing out on a marriage video, because it is entitled, it does go hand in hand with relationships, marriages. So, yeah. It actually began, he actually began by saying how he read the book, Women Are From Venus, Men Are From Mars. I think I said it, backwards. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Yeah. So he started by saying that those planets weren't picked randomly, how Mars is to symbolize protector, warrior, fighter, while Venus is just simply to symbolize love, and how women are to bring love and peace and all those nice, friendly, girly things to the house. while the man is supposed to protect and to fight and to provide, things of that nature. And he started by saying that if you are a man and you find yourself saying the statement, she's no longer the woman I married, then you have to suggest to yourself that she deteriorated under your watch. Okay, did y'all hear me? Then make sure y'all heard me. You have to suggest that she deteriorated up under your watch because she's your wife. And you know how she was beforehand, so that means that something has happened to her while you have supposed to been, while you should have been protecting her. So it's either something you have done to her, something that you allowed someone else to do to her, that has deteriorated her to where she is bringing all this drama and strife into the household rather than to the love and aura that she's supposed to be bringing in. So that's something that you have to keep in mind and be mindful of that, and make sure that your wife doesn't deteriorate up under your watch. Ooh, that was a good one right there. Y'all didn't even catch that. Anyway, in addition to that, he went to speaking on how he starts speaking about dating and how you can keep in mind, you guys, I'm going off of the dome. He started speaking about dating and how we want to date God, but we don't necessarily want to marry him. So the scenario that he gave was, if you give your number to a man that you don't like versus your husband, okay? So if a man that you don't like gets your number, he calls you every hour, on the hour, what you doing, where you at, etc., then your response is like, don't you know I got a job? Don't you got something to do other than call me? Hello? What are you doing with your life? You see what I'm saying? Your response is negative, and it's like, I wish you would stop calling me. Versus if your husband calls you, or if your mate calls you, or somebody that you really, really like calls you that same amount of time, that same time period, you're like, OMG, my baby's calling me. Even if you got off the phone with him 30 minutes ago. I know when I hear my husband's ringtone, like my heart drops, and I'm like, oh my God, my baby, oh my God, oh my God, he's calling me. Speaking of that, look at my baby. That's us. Okay, no, anyway. Yeah. So you have to suggest that, see, my mind is crazy. I wasn't even talking about suggesting nothing. Anyway. So the response is different. So a lot of us want to date God, or we don't want to marry him. We want to. The difference between dating someone and marrying someone is that when you date someone, you see them up on your terms, kind of. You can call when you want, but I don't have to necessarily answer you. I don't have to necessarily, talk to you, because we're dating. I don't have any obligations to you at that time. However, once I marry you, you become accountable for what you're doing. You become, you have to call and check in. Hey, babe, I'm over here. I'm on my way home. etc., etc. You have to be accountable for what you do. You can't do the same things you used to do as a single person. You see what I'm saying? You can't be in a club until 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, coming home and, thinking, everything is going to be peachy keen, because it's not. So, with that being said, it's just certain things that we wanna see God when it's convenient for us. We wanna see God when we're in trouble and things of that nature. But we don't wanna. The more we read the Word, the more we stay in the Word, the more we know what's right from wrong. The more we held accountable for what's right and wrong. So we want to date him, but we don't want to marry him, because then we're accountable for what we're doing, who we're with, how long we was there. Things of that nature. And that's what some people want to avoid. They want to avoid that accountability portion of it. Okay? In addition to that, he also discussed, I wish I had the scripture. Jeez. But the scripture was basically saying that your wife will be like a vine. Your wife will be like a vine. Keep that in mind. Your wife will be like a vine. And a vine clings to a wall. I mean, did I lose y'all that quick? Okay. Your wife will be like a vine, and the vine clings to the wall. So he went to saying how, if you want to be blessed, if you want to get your wife to the point where you don't have to ask her to do anything, you want to get your wife to the point where her full-time job is simply to love you. You want to get your wife to the point where she's doing nothing but continuously looking for ways to be a blessing to you. Then first you need to fear God. Now, not necessarily, when I say fear God, I mean really fear God. A lot of us think of God as you know, we think of God as love, mercy, peace, joy, but we don't think of God as a God of war. We don't think of God as, you know, someone that can discipline us. And that's an issue, because trust me, you don't want God to discipline you. Trust me. Woo, woo, you do not want God to discipline you. So even though he has that side, of course, he also is a God of war, and he is someone that you should fear. Every man should fear. Okay? So what you have to do is, okay, oh, that's what it was. He made the example how men fear consequences more than they fear God. Okay? So a woman will go and fornicate and go home like nothing's wrong until her period is late. Did y'all catch me? Did y'all get my drift? So this woman, you know, went and did what she did. However, you know, she wasn't fearing, you know, she's wrong. You know, I don't want this to come back on me, this, that, and the other. She's not fearing that. She knows that fornication is wrong. She knows that it's something that she shouldn't be doing as a Christian woman. She's not fearing that. She's fearing, she didn't fear nothing until she realized that her cycle did not come. And she should have, now she's like, oh my God, what if God doesn't cover me this time? You see what I'm saying? Now she's fearing the consequences of what if I become pregnant, or what if this, that, and the other happens. You see what I'm saying? So we need to make sure we're completely fearing God. The man is completely fearing God. And next, changing his walk. He has to walk in his ways. So if you fear the Lord and walk in his ways, then your wife will be like a vine. Okay? Whew. Okay, this is getting good to me. But what I'm going to do, is pause this, because it's going to cut me off anyway. And I'm going to be back with a part 2. See you soon. Mwah.